Graphic transformation. Okay. Graphic transformation include uh, uh, graphic translation, uh, rotation, scaling, and flipping. Okay. First, we introduce graphic translation. Two methods can be used here. Increment left method and increment top. Increment left translates the graphic in horizontal direction. Increment top method translates the graphic in vertical direction. For increment left, if the parameter, the value of the parameter is greater than 0, then the graphic moves to the right. When the value is less than 0, then the graphic is moved to the left. Okay. For increment top method, if the value of the parameter is greater than 0, the graphic moves down. And when the value is less than 0, the graphic moves up in vertical direction. Okay. Here, the example, create a rectangle preset tester field, then use the measure increment left, move the rectangle to right by 70 units. Okay. Then use increment top measure to move the rectangle down by 50 units. Okay. Example of the code. Run. Now the position is translated after translation. Okay. Graphic translation. Graphic rotation transformation. Okay. Use the increment rotation method or shape object to rotate the graphics. Rotate, you must know two things. First, the direction of the rotation. The second is degree of the location. Okay, this method rotates the graphic around the z-axis by a specified angle. Okay, it has one parameter representing the angle of the object of the rotation. In degrees, as the unit is degrees. Okay, a positive value rotates the graphic clockwise. The direction is clockwise. A negative value rotates the graphic in counterclockwise. Okay, create a rectangle. Fill the rectangle. Then increment rotation. Rotates the rectangle. Now the value is 30, is greater than 0. So it rotates the rectangle clockwise. And the degree is 30. Okay. The unit is degree. The result. Okay. Create a rectangle, fill it, then rotate it. Oh, wrong. Okay, the rectangle is rotated. Graphic scaling. Okay, graphic scaling, also known as a fine transformation. Okay, is a process of enlarging and reducing, enlarging or reducing a given graphic by a certain ratio. Two measures are used here: scale-wise and scale height. Scale-wise method scale the graphic in horizontal direction, and the scale height scale the graphic in vertical direction. Both of these two measures has a parameter scale ratio. If the ratio is in the range of 0 to 1, then we reduce the graphic. If the ratio is greater than 1, then enlarge the graphic. Okay. Have three parameters. Okay, three parameters. The first is the factor specify the ratios. The second are relative to organize. Okay. The third scale. Okay. Look at the example. L shape ellipse elliptical arrow is a field format objects. Fill it and scale-wise, use scale-wise measure to scale the graphic in horizontal direction. Here, the factor value is less than 1. So reduce the graphic in horizontal direction, and then scale height. The factor is larger than 1. Is greater than 1. So enlarge the graphic in vertical direction. Okay. Ellipse get a field from our object. Fill the object scale y, scale height, or wrong. Okay. Graphic scale. Graphic scaling. Okay. Graphic flipping. Graphic flipping, also known as image refraction or symmetry transformation. Okay, is achieved using the flip method of the shape object. Flip method. This method flips the graphic around either the horizontal or vertical axis. It has one parameter that specifies whether to flip horizontally or vertically. The corresponding value for horizontal and vertical flips 1 and 0 and 1 respectively. Zero horizontal, 1 vertical. Rectangle field, horizontal flip, vertical flip. Okay. Graphic flipping. More graphic operations. In this chapter, we will introduce three graphical operations. The first one is traverse the graphics in the worksheet. The second is fix the position of graphics in the worksheet. The third, animation, graphic animation. First one, traverse the graphics in the worksheet. In the worksheet, all the shape objects are stored in shapes collection object. Okay. Use use shape property of the worksheet object returns a shape collection that contains all the shape objects in the worksheet. Okay. Then use the count property of the shapes object to get the number of graphics in the collection. Use type property of the shape object to get the type of the graphic. Iterate over the collection of graphics is often unnecessary to check the graphic type to process specific types of graphics. Okay. Okay, this table lists most of the graphic types in the table. Okay. Each of the type has a name and has a value. For example, the value 1 represents the shape, auto shape, 2 call out, 3 chart, 4 comment, 9 object, 13 picture, 19 table, 17 text box, 15 text effect. In this example, use a for loop to traverse the shapes, traverse the collection. Okay. For each shape in the collection, do some things. Okay. First, output is the name of the shape, then the type of the shape, the left position, the left coordinate, the top coordinate, the y is the height. Okay. Output in the worksheet. Look at the example. Okay. Create two shapes. Three shapes. Okay. There's a rectangle, ellipse, and a line. There were three shapes in the worksheet. The output travels the shapes in the worksheet. For each shape, output the name of the shape, type of shape, position of the shape, the size of the shape. Okay. Wrong. Okay. Okay. Three shapes in the worksheet. For each shape, the name of the shape, type of shape, position of shape, the size of the shape. Okay. Traverse the graphics in the worksheet. Fix the position of graphics in the worksheet. Sometimes, or usually, we want to fix the position of the graphics in a cell or cell range in the worksheet. Okay. How to implement it? Okay. How to do it? The graphics and the cell or cell range have the properties of left top, width, and height. Left top specifies the position of the graphics or the cell or cell range. Okay. The width and the height properties specify the size of the graphics or a cell or cell range. Okay. So to fix the position of the graphics in the cell or cell range, just set these four properties to the shifts left set to set the shifts left to be the cells left. Okay. Top the shift top set to the cells top. Okay. Vice height. Okay. So you can fix the position of the graphics in the worksheet. Okay. Add shape. This is a graph. The graphics. Okay. This is a cell. What we want to do is set the face the graphics in the cell range. Okay. C3 to E5 in this cell range. Now set the value of the left property of shape. Okay, now the graphic has been fixed in this cell range. Okay. Animation. To create animation, there are two key operations. Okay. The first one is dynamic drawing, redraw, or we call it redraw. Redraw the graphics, such as continuously modify the position, size, and color of the graphic. Okay. When the position is changed or the size change, color change. The second one is delay. We slows down each step so that the animation does not redraw and delay. For the dynamic part, changing the position can be achieved by modifying the levels or by using geometric transformation we have introduced. Use this sleeve method, median second level delay. Here is an example. Create a rectangle like this. Okay. Fill the example. Fill the rectangle. For loop. The for loop. The animation account is 36. Okay. For each step, for each animation, use increment rotate transformation. Each time, this is a redraw. This is a redraw we have introduced. Each time, redraw. Then the second key operation is delay. Use the sleep method or time model. Sleep function. Okay, to delay each animation by 1 second. Okay, for loop, redraw, delay. Okay, run. This is the animation. Okay. Each time the rectangle will rotate 10 degrees. Okay. The direction is clockwise. Okay. Image operations. Okay. To add an image in a worksheet, then the geometric transformations of images. So first, add an image to the worksheet. Okay. Use the add picture method of shapes collection object. Okay, to add image. 7 parameters. Okay, file name. The path and the file name of the image. Link to file, whether to link to file. Save with document, whether to save with document. Okay. Left top, the position, while height, the size of the image. Okay. Here is an example. Add image, the path and the file name. The first parameter. Okay. The second and the third. whether to link to a file, whether to save with documents, position and size. Okay. Add picture method of shapes of object. Add this picture to the worksheet. Okay, the picture, the image has been added to the worksheet now. Geometric transformation of images. We have introduced the graphic transformation in this capture. Graphic transformation and in this capture. Okay. Image is also one of graphics, one type of graphics. Okay. So the method to operate on the graphic can also be used on images. So the measures are the same as graphic transformation. Here are the example. First, add a picture to the worksheet. Okay. Then use increment rotation. Rotate transformation to rotate this image. Then use a flip measure to do horizontal flip. Okay, flip transformation, and also you can use other method to do the other graphic transformations. Okay, you can test it. Test them by yourself. I'll say the example. Add the picture to the worksheet. The increment rotation to rotate to do a rotate transformation. Flip 0. Horizontal flip. Okay, flip transformation. Run. Okay. First rotate it, then horizontal flip. This is the geometric transformation of images. Chart. Okay. Excel provided us nearly 100 chart types. Okay, and Excel's chart is very it's very easy to create and to edit. Okay. And chart is one of the important methods to analyze the data. Okay, so the chart is very important. The next 6 chapters we will introduce how to create chart and how to edit chart. First, creating chart. Excel provides us at least 4 methods to create chart with xlwings. In Excel, the chart is represented by a chart object. Okay, and the shape object the shape object is a parent object of chart object. And the shape, all the shape object is stored in the shapes collection. Okay, so you should understand the relationships between the objects. How to create chart? First, we will introduce creating a chart using xlwings. Use new index of xlwings. The new syntax use the add method of charts object. In the new syntax, use charts, the collection object to store all the characters, all the charts in the worksheet. Okay, and also the shapes object, shapes collection also can install to store all the shapes, and then you can get the chart in the shape. Okay. Add method of chart object. Okay. For parameters, left top define the position of the chart. Width and height define the size of the chart. Okay. And the method return a chart object. A chart object represent the chart. You can modify the properties of the chart to edit the chart by programming. Okay. Here is an example. Use the add method to add a new chart. Then bind the data to the chart, and then set the chart type column cluster. Choose title. Okay, application object workbook worksheet. Then use add method of the charts object to add a blank chart. Okay, then bind data. You set source data method to bind data. Then specify the chart type. Use chart type property. Set the chart type to column cluster. Okay. So the title. The property has title. That is to true. Okay. Run. Okay, this chart is created by the new syntax of xlwings. Use the add method of a charts object. Okay. The second method, creating a chart using the API. Use API method. Okay. Next lesson, the method is we call xlwings method. API method now. API method use also the add method, but the object is chart objects. Chart objects is also a collection object. There is S. Okay. So the add method returns a chart object. Okay. Chart object. The chart objects include the chart. Then I use the chart property of the chart object to get the chart. Okay, return a chart object. And also the add method have 4 parameters. The first 2 define the position of the chart, the new chart. Okay. The last 2 define the size of the chart, of the new chart. Then bind data to the chart. Use a method set source data to bind data. Set source data 2 parameters. First, the cell range include data. The second parameter specify the direction. Use row data or column data. Okay, one represent use row data. Two represent the two means that use the column data. Chart type specify a chart type. Use the chart type property of chart object. You can specify a constant or a value. Okay. Here, the constant is specified. Excel column cluster means that the chart type is a clustered column chart. Okay. Title to show the title or modify title, you first set the has title property set to true. Okay. Let's see. Let's see the example. Okay. Okay. Add measure of chart object chart property to return the chart. Okay. So source data to bind data to the chart. Set chart type title. Okay. Run. Okay. This is a chart created by API method. Okay. API method. Creating a chart using the shapes object. Okay, this is the third method to create a chart. The shapes object. The syntax. The add chart to method of shapes object. Okay. The first parameter style specifies the style of the chart. The second parameter specifies the chart type of the chart. Okay. Then the following two parameters specify the position of the chart. These two specify the size of the chart. The next one specifies the layout. Okay. The example first use the select method. Select the cell range includes data. Okay. Use this method, you can also bind the data to the chart. Then use add chart to method of shapes object to create a cluster column chart. Okay. They specify the chart type. If you want to specify, if you don't want to modify the default style, specify the first parameter to -1. Okay. Okay. First bind the data to the chart. Then use add chart to method to create the clustered column chart. Run. Okay, this chart is created by a chart to method of shapes object. So we call this method using the shape objects. This is a third method to create a chart. This lesson we introduced the fourth method to create a chart with xlwings. Okay. Now this method created a chart by adding series one by one. Okay. What is series? Okay. This concept we will introduce in the next chapter. For example, in this chart, there are two series in the chart. The first series is blue columns. Okay. The second is 9. we can create this chart first to add the column chart, add the columns, okay. Then add another service to draw the line, okay. So we can draw add the services one by one with this method, okay. First, select the cell range, include the data, okay. In this cell range is a vector, is a A2 to A7, so is one column data, okay. We call it a vector data, okay. A vector data correspond to one service, okay. Then use HR2 method of shapes object to add a cluster column chart. This is first service, the column chart, okay, columns. Then use this method, use service collection method to return service collections object. Then use a new service method of this collection object to create a new service. The new service, SER, return a service object. Then use set the chart type of this service. Say it's type to 9, 9 object. Then set values, to the service object. The values property set. Specify the cell range for the 9 service, okay, B2 to B7. Then the second service can be created. So in this chart, we first create the blue service, blue column service. Then create the orange 9 chart. Okay. Adding service one by one. Let's say the example. The first service, okay, a column chart. The second service, using new service method of service collection collection object to add the second service, a 9, okay, run. Okay, this chart is created by adding the services one by one, okay. This is the fourth method. The fifth method, creating a chart worksheet. In this lesson, we also create a chart, but this chart is different from the charts created before. Okay, this is a chart worksheet. The chart we created before is a chart object. Okay, this is a worksheet object. We have introduced that worksheet. Research worksheet has 4 types. Okay, general worksheet, chart worksheet, dialog worksheet, and etc. Okay, this is a chart worksheet. All the chart all the worksheet is a chart. Just like this. Okay, like this. How to create a chart worksheet? We can use add method of charts object to create a chart. The chart represent a chart worksheet. Parameters, okay. Before and after, these two parameters can define the position of the new chart. Okay, before specify worksheet. The new chart will position before the specified worksheet. Okay, after also means worksheet. The new chart will position after the specified worksheet. Count means the number of the new added chart. So you can create multiple charts at once. Okay. Once. Okay. The fourth parameter type specifies the type of the chart object. Okay, the added chart. Okay, this is an example. First, add a chart, then bind the data to the chart. Set source data method. This is a cell range including data. This is data direction. Okay. A chart type. Use chart type property to specify the chart type of this chart. Here, the chart type is cluster column chart. Whether to show the title of the chart has title property set to true. For example, okay, this code run. Okay, a chart worksheet has been created. Okay, this is the fifth method. Create a chart worksheet. Binding data. In this lesson, we will summarize how to bind data to a chart. Okay. In the last 5 lessons, we have introduced two methods to bind data. Okay. The first is use the select method on a chart or on a cell range to select data. Okay. The second is use set source data method of the chart object to bind data. Here we the two methods are also API method, and the xlwings method is different. Okay. In fact, there is another method, the chart wizard method to bind data. This API method. Set source data have two parameters. The first is called source. Specifies the cell range includes data. Okay. The second, plot by. This parameter specifies the data direction. Okay. If the value is 1, that means use the raw data to create the series in the chart. If the value is 2, then use the column data to create the series in the chart. Okay, this is a summary of the method to bind data to the chart. Okay.